wishes to provide better security for its name resolution services. Which of the following technologies best supports the deployment of DNSSEC at the organization? A. LDAP. B. TPM. C. TLS. D. SSL. E. PKI. The correct answer is E. Question number 2. A security engineer is configuring a system that requires the X.509 certificate information to be pasted into a form field in base64 encoded format to import it into the system. Which of the following certificate formats should the engineer use to obtain the information in the required format? A. PFX. B. PEM. C. DIR. D. SIR. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 3. At which site can you find the Security Policy Project and the SIS? A. Threatpost.com. B. SANS.org. C. MITRE.org. D. Cisco.com. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 4. A security analyst is diagnosing an incident in which a system was compromised from an external IP address. The socket identified on the firewall was traced to 207.46.130.0:6666. Which of the following should the security analyst do to determine if the compromised system still has an active connection? A. Tracert. B. Netstat. C. Ping. D. ANS lookup. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 5. A penetration tester is crawling a target website that is available to the public. Which of the following represents the actions the penetration tester is performing? A. URL hijacking. B. Reconnaissance. C. White box testing. D. Escalation of privilege. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 6. During a third-party audit, it is determined that a member of the firewall team can request, approve, and implement a new rule set on the firewall. Which of the following will the audit team most likely recommend during the audit out brief? A. Discretionary access control for the firewall team. B. Separation of duties policy for the firewall team. C. Least privilege for the firewall team. D. Mandatory access control for the firewall team. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 7. A remote user, user 1, is unable to reach a newly provisioned corporate Windows workstation. The system administrator has been given the following log files from the VPN, corporate firewall, and workstation host. A. Network latency is causing remote desktop service request to timeout. B. User 1 has been locked out due to too many failed passwords. C. Lack of network time synchronization is causing authentication mismatches. D. The workstation has been compromised and is accessing known malware sites. E. The workstation host firewall is not allowing remote desktop connections. The correct answer is E. Question number 8. The help desk is receiving numerous password change alerts from users in the accounting department. These alerts occur multiple times on the same day for each of the affected users' accounts. Which of the following controls should be implemented to curtail this activity? A. Password reuse. B. Password complexity. C. Password history. D. Password minimum age. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 9. Which statement is true concerning resource exhaustion? A. It is an attack on availability. B. It is an attack on authenticity. C. It is an attack on integrity. D. It is an attack on confidentiality. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 10. Which of the following is an important step to take before moving any installation packages from a test environment to production? A. Roll back changes in the test environment. B. Verify the hashes of files. C. Archive and compress the files. D. Update the secure baseline. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 11. Multiple organizations operating in the same vertical want to provide seamless wireless access for their employees as they visit the other organizations. Which of the following should be implemented if all the organizations use the native 802.1x client on their mobile devices? A. Shibboleth. B. Radius Federation. C. SAML. D. OAuth. E. OpenID Connect. The correct answer is B. Question number 12. Which technology tries to control the use of modification and distribution of copyrighted software and multimedia and content? A. DRM. B. DDR. C. DVD. D. DLP. E. DNS. The correct answer is A. Question number 13. A high-security defense installation recently begun utilizing large guard dogs that bark very loudly and excitedly at the slightest provocation. Which of the following types of controls does this best describe? A. Deterrent. B. Preventive. C. Detective. D. Compensating. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 14. Which of the following explains why vendors publish MD5 values when they provide software patches for their customers to download over the internet? A. The recipient can verify integrity of the software patch. B. The recipient can verify the authenticity of the site used to download the patch. C. The recipient can request future updates to the software using the published MD5 value. D. The recipient can successfully activate the new software patch. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 15. Which of the following is an important step to take before moving any installation packages from a test environment to production? A. Roll back changes in the test environment. B. Verify the hashes of files. C. Archive and compress the files. D. Update the secure baseline. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 16. An administrator is replacing a wireless router. The configuration of the old wireless router was not documented before it stopped functioning. The equipment connecting to the wireless network uses older legacy equipment that was manufactured prior to the release of the 802.11i standard. Which of the following configuration options should the administrator select for the new wireless router? A. WPA plus CCMP. B. WPA2 plus CCMP. C. WPA plus TKIP. D. WPA2 plus TKIP. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 17. Which statement is not true regarding certificate and key management? A. Validate certificate chains. B. Log all issuance and validation checking activities. C. Choose AAA or CRL over OCSP for revocation. D. Use a fully tested enterprise CA. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 18. Which of the following attacks specifically impact data availability? A. DDoS. B. Trojan. C. MITM. D. Rootkit. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 19. Which tool serves as memory scrapper and a keystroke logger? A. Oceana. B. Neptune. C. Titanic. D. Poseidon. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 20. Which of the following can be provided to an AAA system for the identification phase? A. Username. B. Permissions. C. One-time token. D. Private certificate. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 21. In a corporation where compute utilization spikes several times a year, the Chief Information Officer, CIO, has requested a cost-effective architecture to handle the variable capacity demand. Which of the following characteristics best describes what the CIO has requested? A. Elasticity. B. Scalability. C. High availability. D. Redundancy. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 22. Which of the following types of cloud infrastructures would allow several organizations with similar structures and interests to realize the benefits of shared storage and resources? A. Private. B. Hybrid. C. Public. D. Community. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 23. During vulnerability scanning, you have discovered improper error handling on your intranet web servers where detailed internal error message are being exposed to unauthorized users due to improper input handling or error handling. Which statement would not be true in this scenario? A. Database dumps can be exposed. B. SQL injection can be exposed. C. Error codes can be exposed. D. Stack traces can be exposed. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 24. When designing a web-based client-server application with single application server and database cluster backend, input validation should be performed. A. On the client. B. Using database stored procedures. C. On the application server. D. Using HTTPS. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 25. Which of the following is an important step to take before moving any installation packages from a test environment to production? A. Roll back changes in the test environment. B. Verify the hashes of files. C. Archive and compress the files. D. Update the secure baseline. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 26. Which of the following implements two-factor authentication? A. A phone system requiring a PIN to make a call. B. At ATM requiring a credit card and PIN. C. A computer requiring username and password. D. A data center man trap requiring fingerprint and iris scan. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 27. A security analyst wishes to increase the security of an FTP server. Currently, all traffic to the FTP server is unencrypted. Users connecting to the FTP server use a variety of modern FTP client software. The security analyst wants to keep the same port and protocol, while also still allowing unencrypted connections. Which of the following would best accomplish these goals? A. Require the SFTP protocol to connect to the file server. B. Use implicit TLS on the FTP server. C. Use explicit FTPS for connections. D. Use SSH tunneling to encrypt the FTP traffic. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 28. What functions as an extension of IEEE 802.1x? A. MAXEC. B. AES 256. C. TCB. D. SweetB Crypto. E. SHA 256. The correct answer is A. Question number 29. Which statement is false? CompTIA running programs for training end users is security awareness. A. BYOD has complicated the issue of security awareness. B. It helps to offer incentives for keeping a secure environment. C. The first step in the program is to motivate monument. D. The AUP is an important aspect of policy. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 30. Which of the following security controls does an iris scanner provide? A. Logical. B. Administrative. C. Corrective. D. Physical. E. Detective. The correct answer is D. Question number 31. When connected to a secure WAP, which of the following encryption technologies is most likely to be configured when connecting to WPA2PSK? A. DES. B. AES. C. MD5. D. WEP. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 32. An organization has determined it can tolerate a maximum of 3 hours of downtime. Which of the following has been specified? A. RTO. B. RPO. C. MTBF. D. MTTR. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 33. An organization is using a tool to perform a source code review. Which of the following describes the case in which the tool incorrectly identifies the vulnerability? A. False negative. B. True negative. C. False positive. D. True positive. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 34. An analyst wants to implement a more secure wireless authentication for office access points. Which of the following technologies allows for encrypted authentication of wireless clients over TLS? A. PEEP. B. EAP. C. WPA2. D. Radius. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 35. All architecture and design methodologies have weaknesses and vulnerabilities. A. True. B. False. C. Yes. D. No. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 36. A company is developing a new secure technology and requires computers being used for development to be isolated. Which of the following should be implemented to provide the most secure environment? A. A perimeter firewall and IDS. B. An air-gapped computer network. C. A honeypot residing in a DMZ. D. An ad hoc network with NAT. E. A bastion host. The correct answer is B. Question number 37. Which of the following encryption methods does PKI typically use to securely protect keys? A. Elliptic curve. B. Digital signatures. C. Asymmetric. D. Obfuscation. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 38. An organization finds that most help desk calls are regarding account lockout due to a variety of applications running on different systems. Management is looking for a solution to reduce the number of account lockouts while improving security. Which of the following is the best solution for this organization? A. Create multiple application accounts for each user. B. Provide secure tokens. C. Implement SSO. D. Utilize role-based access control. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 39. Which scenario is often related to synchronization errors in software code where malicious users can gain unauthorized access to a system or application? A. Buffer overflow. B. DHCP starvation. C. Race condition. D. SQL injection. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 40. A data center manager has been asked to prioritize critical system recovery priorities. A. Communications software. B. Operating system software. C. Weekly summary reports to management. D. Financial and production software. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 41. An employee in the payroll department has contacted the help desk citing multiple issues with her device, including A. Spyware. B. Crypto malware. C. Rootkit. D. Backdoor. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 42. Which of the following threat actors is most likely to steal a company's proprietary information to gain a market edge and reduce time to market? A. Competitor. B. Hacktivist. C. Inister. D. Organized crime. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 43. Which of the following is an important step to take before moving any installation packages from a test environment to production? A. Roll back changes in the test environment. B. Verify the hashes of files. C. Archive and compress the files. D. Update the secure baseline. E. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Question number 44. A user clicked an email link that led to a website then infected the workstation with a virus. The virus encrypted all the network shares to which the user had access. The virus was not deleted or blocked by the company's email filter, website filter, or antivirus. Which of the following describes what occurred? A. The user's account was overprivileged. B. Improper error handling triggered a false negative in all three controls. C. The email originated from a private email server with no malware protection. D. The virus was a zero-day attack. E. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Question number 45. A company has a data classification system with definitions for private and public. The company's security policy outlines how data should be protected based on type. The company recently added the data type proprietary. Which of the following is the most likely reason the company added this data type? A. Reduced cost. B. More searchable data. C. Better data classification. D. Expanded authority of the privacy officer. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 46. A company is terminating an employee for misbehavior. Which of the following steps is most important in the process of disengagement from this employee? A. Obtain a list of passwords used by the employee. B. Generate a report on outstanding projects the employee handled. C. Have the employee surrender company identification. D. Have the employee sign an NDA before departing. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 47. A company hires a consulting firm to crawl its Active Directory network with a non-domain account looking for unpatched systems. Actively taking control of systems is out of scope, as is the creation of new administrator accounts. For which of the following is the company hiring the consulting firm? A. Vulnerability scanning. B. Penetration testing. C. Application fuzzing. D. User permission auditing. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 48. Which of the following best describes an important security advantage yielded by implementing vendor diversity? A. Sustainability. B. Homogeneity. C. Resiliency. D. Configuration. E. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Question number 49. A user has attempted to access data at a higher classification level than the user's account is currently authorized to access. Which of the following access control models has been applied to this user's account? A. MAC. B. DAC. C. RBAC. D. ABAC. E. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Question number 50. File transfer protocol is a standard network protocol used for the transfer of computer files between a client and server on a computer network. A. FTP. B. SFTP. C. FTPS. D. HTTP. E. HTTPS. The correct answer is A.